I'm going to begin by asking about the music, because I just absolutely love the music in this. It feels so integral. I was wondering when you wrote it, if you were writing it with certain tracks in mind, because it did feel like it really moved the story along.
Oh, I mean, I did. I wrote a couple songs into the script, which I rarely do, but I did that more so just as a sort of like a communication to Melina. Yeah, in terms of like, oh, it'd be great to hear something old school here or something like current here. There's a lot of old stuff though I was referencing, like Luther and like, which we actually did end up using Luther's song, but like Aretha. For some reason, I wanted it to feel like a little vintage too.
Yeah, I wanted the music to feel like a sonic journey for them and to be geographical marks on their road trip. I also wanted to show the history of black music, right, and how it's so diverse, starting from soul to hip hop to Afrobeat and bounce. And show the beauty in old music, but also new artists that we haven't heard yet. It was a real introduction to so many new voices. That was really exciting.
Yeah, Never Too Much was the first dance in my wedding. Yeah. It comes after that scene where they talk about like what they want from them.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Got good taste.
Yeah, so how was it balancing the kind of very rich, very raw politics of the movie and what is a very beautiful love story? Because I mean, because I guess there is a really strong social political context to this movie, but at the same time, it is a very cinematic, very romantic film.
Yeah, for me, it really wasn't about the balance because the politics and society in which we live were the backdrop, right? It was very much a story based in love. And so it was political just because it existed, and just because it's also about black love, which is a revolutionary act, that also made it like a political film. So for me, it was really about how do we create this beautiful love story that feels rich and connected and full of passion. And then the society, that does the job on its own.
Right, yeah, I agree. Like, I think, you can't be, our skin is politicized. So whenever you put a person of color in something, it becomes a different story.
I mean, how do you think as well your experience shooting music videos helped you along? Because I think the craft of making music videos is one of my favourites. It's such an artistic expression. I was wondering about how you felt that helped in this instance, because there were times in this movie where there were little 2 or 3 minute segments that felt like little short stories within the big movie.
Absolutely. I feel like videos are discredited and devalued as true forms of filmmaking, which for me they've been probably one of my most powerful acts in my career. With each video, you're creating a world that comes, is created from your own brain. And so I've had to do that many times. I treat each project almost like a thesis project, where I get rooted in the history and the culture and the people and the sounds. And you don't have dialogue to depend on, so it really depends a lot on visual storytelling. Which I definitely apply to Queen and Slim. Like, not only do we have this amazing script, but if you take that away, you still understand what these characters are going through, where they're coming from, and where they're going.
And I have to ask this, or my wife would kill me. But I mean, what is it like with them working with Beyonce? Just because, I mean, you're one of the few people in the world that's told her what to do.
I guess so. It's incredible. She has an incredible work ethic. She's so inspiring. And so she demands a certain amount of growth and creativity from everybody she collaborates with. She's also one that likes to take risks on new artists of color especially, and is such a supporter. So yeah, it was great training for me and has introduced me to other amazing black creators like Lena herself,
And Lena, I've read you recently got married. Congratulations. How much did you draw, do you think, from your experiences when writing this? Because did the two marry up quite well in terms of like what you were going through in real life and writing a love story?
Oh, well, yeah, I don't think I could have written this had I not properly fallen in love, And I think, I just couldn't have. And I think I'm grateful for that because I think you have to really have had some experience with it in order to be able to really understand this kind of epic love story, just because there's, until you're really willing to die for somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell this particular story. And I'm grateful that it's my version of a love story. I know everyone's version is different, but I think that the truth is there's nothing more universal than falling in love, I think, because, even if you haven't yet, you can watch this and think like, oh, wow, I look forward to that. Or if you have, you can look at it and relate to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey!